Climate change, the elephant in the room that's stomping on our future. It's a topic so hot, it's melting glaciers and tempers alike. But what's really going on behind the scenes? Burning fossil fuels, deforestation, you name it, we're cranking up Earth's thermostat. Scientists are sounding the alarm, pointing to human activities as the main culprit behind global warming. But here's where it gets messy. Politics often muddy the waters of climate science. Some leaders cherry-pick data to fit their agendas, leaving the public scratching their heads. It's hard to know what to believe when your social media feed is a mixed bag of truths and lies. By the time climate info reaches us, it's often warped beyond recognition. Earth's climate has always changed. That's true. Ice ages, warm periods, it's all there in the geological record. It's like a game of telephone where the original message gets twisted. It's like Earth's fever is spiking and we're the ones holding the thermometer. Misinformation spreads like wildfire, blurring the line between fact and fiction. Let's take a step back and look at the big picture. But without teeth, these packs are more bark than bite. One headline can spark a firestorm of debate or inspire a wave of action. A single tweet can start a movement or spread a dangerous myth. It's David versus Goliath, but with higher stakes. They're not asking for change, they're demanding it, loud and clear. But here's the kicker. The recent warming trend is off the charts. Some industries have been playing defense, challenging climate science to protect their bottom line. It's a classic case of profits over planet. But with climate change, that road might lead off a cliff. Some governments are more focused on short-term gains than long-term sustainability. Extreme weather events are no longer once in a lifetime, they're the new normal. Solar, wind, and other clean technologies are ready to take center stage. Some folks are clinging to the old ways like a life raft in a storm. The poorest among us are paying the highest price. It's time we start listening to those who've been stewards of the earth for millennia. Vulnerable populations are bearing the brunt of rising seas and scorching temperatures. They're skipping school to school, the adults on climate urgency. They're not waiting for permission to save their future. They've got deep pockets and loud voices, drowning out the warnings of scientists and environmentalists. From carbon capture to lab-grown meat, science is pushing the boundaries of what's possible. It's a preview of what's to come if we don't act fast. Should we be playing God with the Earth's climate? And that's where politics often throws a wrench in the works. Political roadblocks and economic hurdles stand in the way of a green energy revolution. But there's hope on the horizon. Renewable energy is stepping up to the plate. Yet, it's not all smooth sailing. It's harder than ever to separate fact from fiction. Others are dragging their feet, clinging to business as usual. With each new discovery, our understanding of climate change grows sharper. Change is hard, especially when it means shaking up the status quo. Money talks, and it's often drowning out the voices of concerned citizens. But it's like herding cats. Everyone's got their own agenda. On the global stage, countries are trying to play nice and tackle climate change together. It's not about science anymore. It's about which team you're on. It's not about telling them what to think, but how to think. It's time to face the music and take decisive action. But one thing is clear, the clock is ticking, and we can't afford to hit snooze. The time for half measures and empty promises is long past. We've got agreements like the Paris Accord aiming to keep global temperature rise in check. Media plays a huge role in shaping how we see climate issues. Social media amplifies everything, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Subscribe for more eye-opening content that cuts through the noise. The future of our planet depends on it. Share this video, start conversations, and take action in your community. Together, we can turn the tide on climate change. Now it's up to you. Will you be part of the problem or part of the solution? We need to appeal to hearts as well as heads. It's time to cut through the noise and focus on what really matters, protecting our planet and our future. Can we put aside our differences and work together for a sustainable future? Climate activism is on the rise, with young voices leading the charge. These activists are shining a spotlight on the real-world impacts of climate change. But not everyone's on board with urgent action. It's a classic case of kicking the can down the road. Indigenous communities have been sounding the alarm for generations. Their deep connection to the land offers wisdom we'd be foolish to ignore. Yet these voices often get drowned out in the cacophony of modern debate. As the climate crisis unfolds, it's hitting some harder than others. It's a stark reminder that climate change isn't just an environmental issue, it's a humanitarian one. Scientists are working overtime, crunching numbers and refining models. But knowledge isn't enough. We need action. Political polarization has turned climate change into a partisan issue. This us versus them mentality is slowing progress to a crawl. While we argue, the planet keeps warming. Youth movements are stepping up, refusing to inherit a world on fire. These young activists are a force to be reckoned with, armed with passion and powered by social media. As climate refugees flee rising waters and failing crops, we're facing a humanitarian crisis of epic proportions. On the tech front, innovators are racing to find solutions. But some ideas, like geoengineering, are raising eyebrows and ethical questions. It's a high-stakes gamble, with the future of our planet on the line. One wrong move could have catastrophic consequences. In the corporate world, some companies are stepping up to the plate, pledging to reduce emissions and go green. It's a mixed bag of genuine efforts and greenwashing. Telling the difference is crucial for consumers who want to vote with their wallets. Public trust in science is taking a beating, caught in the crossfire of political agendas and media spin. This erosion of trust is dangerous, undermining our ability to tackle not just climate change, but other global challenges as well. Economic inequality is adding fuel to the fire, making some communities more vulnerable to climate impacts. It's a vicious cycle of poverty and environmental degradation. Education is key to bridging the gap in climate understanding. But it's an uphill battle against entrenched beliefs and vested interests. Skepticism about climate data persists, despite overwhelming evidence. Some folks are determined to see conspiracies where there's only consensus. It's a reminder that facts alone aren't enough to change minds. Behind the scenes, lobbyists are working overtime to shape climate policies. It's a David and Goliath battle, with grassroots movements going up against well-funded industry groups. The outcome will shape our climate future. Scientific literacy varies widely across populations, making it easier for misinformation to take root. Critical thinking skills are more important than ever. We need to arm people with the tools to evaluate climate claims critically. As we peer into the future, climate predictions paint a sobering picture. We're at a crossroads, and the path we choose will determine the world our children inherit. The climate debate is far from over, evolving as new evidence comes to light. This is more than just a scientific issue. It's a test of our collective will. The choice is ours, but the consequences will be shared by all. That's the unvarnished truth about climate change politics. Don't let this knowledge go to waste. Remember, every like, comment, and share helps spread this crucial message.